Welcome back to the BMX Fairgrounds for part 2 of Freestyle. We have 8 trucks left in this competition, and so with the same rules as part 1, and if you haven't watched part 1 yet, you probably should before watching part 2. They were pretty good, there were a couple pretty good runs in there. So, without further ado, let's move on to part 2 of Freestyle. Starting us off in part 2, we have Black Panther on a CRC chassis. Going a little sideways to start the run. Chassis getting to show how good of a freestyle one it is here. Going up over the container, going for a bit of a nosedive. Black Panther seems to be doing pretty well here. Going right across the red tabletop. Donut action here by Black Panther. Going for a stoppie going down the ramp on the red side. Black Panther going into a bit of a bicycle here, going right to the blue lane, a hard hit on the racing ramp. Black Panther seems to be perfectly fine still. CRC chassis just absorbing every single bounce and hit this truck is taking. Going crab walking across the red ramp, right into the blue lane, another hard hit on the front there. Black Panther goes over. Can they save it? It doesn't look like Black Panther will be able to. A very unfortunate end to the run here for Black Panther. Up next in Freestyle, we have Taz. Taz was racing against Donkey Kong. We made it to the final round. Let's see if Taz can redeem himself for a freestyle win here. Right away, some nice air off the ramp in the red lane. Taz going sideways right for the tanker. A hard hit onto the roof. Taz goes, and I don't think Taz is getting up from that. A very unfortunate early end to the run here for Taz. Up next in our lineup, we have the Beam Monsters truck here on a Chevrolet Nomad. Once again on the CRC chassis. Going for a sky wheelie off the blue lane, landing on the wheelie bar. Getting some nice air right off that red racing lane, right into a slap wheelie. Monsters whipping that truck right around up over the ramp in the red lane, slamming right into the tabletop. Once again, CRC proving just how strong it is, taking that hit. Nice air off the blue lane, where the red lane still has the highest air of the night probably. Beam Monsters going on the side of that ramp, rolling it over. Massive flips here, but manages to keep it on all 4 tires. Very impressive roll there. Going on 2 wheels once again. Beam Monsters is in trouble. Shedding bodywork all over the place. Still manages to keep it on all 4 tires. Going for the tanker now up into the air. Landing down hard on one wheel. CRC proving once again just how strong it is. Another hard hit right into the tabletop. The BeamNG truck just spinning around all over the place. More bodywork being shed off the truck. Somehow, I don't think anything's mechanically wrong with the truck yet. BeamNG going in for a little bit of a stoppie there on the blue side. And with that, it looks like the 2 minutes is up for BeamNG. Looks like BeamNG isn't quite done just yet. And now looks like BeamNG is done. A very, very insane run here by BeamNG. Quite a few saves. Will it be enough for the lead? Well, we still have a few more trucks left to go. Up next we have Player 4. Player 4 zipping it right across the fairground here. Going right for the blue tabletop, up into the air. Hard hit on the rear. Pretty good air off that red ramp. He's really kind of flipping the ramp made in the blue lane. Doesn't seem to be upsetting the truck all that much. Nice little sky wheel right into stopping, bouncing all over the place. Pops it into a wheelie off of that ramp. Therefore going for the tanker now. Nose diving it right into the ground, popping it up for another slap wheelie. Crab walking in, going sideways across the ramp, rolling it over. And managing to land back on all four of those tires. Therefore slamming it into the red tabletop. Truck still seems to be fine though. Therefore was quite the run here so far. Just a little over halfway through the run. Going to the other side of this tanker now. Up over the cars, vans, and the bus, some massive air, bouncing it right into a stoppie. And some donuts now by Player 4. Going for the ramp in the red lane once again, a hard hit on the red ramp. Not as hard as it has been before. Some big air clearing the blue tabletop. 5 seconds left to go in the run. Looks like Player 4 is getting for a big run up to the tanker. A hard hit on the front axle. Manages to keep it on all 4 tires still. A very impressive run here by Player 4. Up next in our freestyle lineup, we have Rage. Yet another square body monster truck on the CRC chassis. Starting us off by a hit onto the red tabletop, landing right on top of the ramp. Going the other way around on the ramp made in the racing lane. A little bit of a wheelie coming up the tabletop. A very wide turn to get to this tanker. Nice smooth landing thanks to that CRC chassis. Going for the ramp in the red lane again, this time avoiding the tabletop a little bit. And now some donuts by Rage. They better be careful not to hit that wall. Looks like Rage stopped just before they did. Flap wheelie coming off of that blue tabletop, bounces it right into the red side. Now stuck on top. I think we will let them try to get themselves free. Rolling off the side, rolling over the tabletop, and back on all 4 of those 66-inch tires. Of course, we will let Rage run since they were able to get themselves out of there. Of course, if they were on the ground normally, that would not be allowed, but hey, they managed to get themselves back on all 4 of those tires. Going for the tanker yet again. Some big air, and another soft landing. Brave's getting in trouble here. It's like the front wheel's broken, and right onto the side. An unfortunate early end to the run here. Rather exciting run, too. However, will it be enough? Well, there's 3 trucks left to go. Up next, we have Mopar Thunder. Mopar Thunder showing what that big block Hemi can do by jumping over the red tabletop. Mopar Thunder had a little trouble on this track in racing, rolling over a couple times. Seems to have some trouble once again getting out of that corner. Crab walking it over to the red racing lane, up into the air. Little slap wheelie coming out off of that. Getting a nice quick run up to the tanker, some massive air. Landing down hard, trying to go for a stoppie, rolls it over. An unfortunate end to the run here for Mopar Thunder. Up next in our freestyle lineup here, we have Gravedigger. This is the 3D one with the 3D body and skull. Gravedigger making their presence known with those straight pipe headers like some other trucks before them. Going on the backside of the red lane here, nice little sky wheelie to get us started off, bouncing off the rear axle. Breaking the tire rod in the process. Thankfully that doesn't do very much here in BeamNG Drive. Nice air off the blue tabletop. Looks like the door disappeared at some point. A hard hit on the ramp. Bouncing Gravedigger back just a little bit. A lot of power in that 540 cubic inch engine as Gravedigger soars over the blue tabletop. Over for the red one now, going across the sign, flying sideways, bouncing awkwardly, rolling it over, and can Gravedigger save it? Little sidewall action here, flailing the truck around up on 2 wheels and back down on all 4. Gravedigger going for the tanker now, nice run up there. Some big air, hard landing on the rear. Gravedigger's in trouble, rolling it over. There goes the bodywork, and almost running right into some of our construction equipment here. Of course, this is a replay, so I'm going to have to see whether or not Gravedigger actually hit it. Soaring across the tabletop. More big air by Gravedigger. A hard landing on the rear axle once again. Going onto the side. And onto the side, Gravedigger will remain. Very exciting run by Gravedigger. And after checking the replay, Gravedigger was like 4 inches away from running into the excavator there. And our final truck for freestyle here today is Maximum Destruction. I did record this video a couple years ago on the 20th anniversary of Maximum Destruction. And so, why not celebrate with Maximum Destruction itself, the OG. Maximum Destruction getting a bit of a photo opportunity here on this ramp. Up into the air, Maximum Destruction starting us off. Nice air off of that red ramp. A hard bounce into the blue tabletop. Rolling back around to attack this tanker. Maximum Destruction just whipping this truck around. falling right over every single obstacle on that side of the track. Coming over for the blue tabletop now, some more big air. Coming back to the blue side, up into the air. Hard landing on the rear. Looks like this Willman chassis is perfectly fine. A little over halfway through the run now as Maximum Destruction goes for the tanker once again. Nosedives right into the ground, a hard hit on the chassis. A little bit of a wheelie there coming off that landing. Crab walking over to the blue lane. And now some cyclone action by Maximum Destruction going up on two wheels. A little bit of sidewall action as well. Maximum Destruction going for a reverse move now. Maximum Destruction, not much time left on the clock now. Ramming right into the barricade wall here. It looks like Maximum Destruction's just showing off now that their freestyle time is over. Going for the tanker now. Looks like Maximum Destruction's just gonna set it up right on top there. Pretty good run by Maximum Destruction. Was it enough for the win? Well, that's up for you to decide by the Google link in the description below, where you can vote for which truck you believe won Freestyle. Anyway, I will see you in the next event.